Uh-oh, it's the signal.
Well, good morning and welcome to Vision. I'm so glad you're here today. I'm so glad you've chosen to be here with us in the room. And for those of you joining us online, we're so glad that you've chosen to take this time to join and spend some time with us today. We're going to celebrate Christmas, so I'm going to invite you all to stand and join us. And as soon as you get the hang of the song, just jump on in and sing with us.
It's Christmas, the whole world rejoices. Let's lift up our voices and be of good cheer. It's Christmas, the angels are singing, the bells are ringing, that Christmas is here. It's Christmas, the whole world rejoices. Let's lift up our voices and be of good cheer. It's Christmas, the angels are singing, the bells are ringing, that Christmas is here. Go tell it on the mountain, over the hills and everywhere. Go tell it on the mountain that Jesus the Christ is born. Go tell it on the mountain, over the hills and everywhere. Go tell it on the mountain that Jesus the Christ is born. Angels we have heard on high, sweetly singing o'er the plains, and the mountains in reply, echoing their joyous strains. Gloria in excelsis Deo. Gloria in excelsis Deo. It's Christmas, the whole world rejoices. Let's lift up our voices and be of good cheer. It's Christmas, the angels are singing, the bells are ringing, that Christmas is here. That Christmas is here. Christmas is here.
Good morning, Vision. How are you this morning? Yeah. Come on. You busy shopping, putting up Christmas decorations, doing all that Christmassy stuff? Yeah. Oh, it's a busy, busy month, but remember to take time. Remember to take time, go within, don't put off your meditation practice. In fact, double it, right? Double it. Remember that was what Mother Teresa said. She said she had so much work to do one particular day. She said, I'm going to have to do an extra hour of meditation. And it's true. And then everything works, everything flows. So before we go one step further, I'm already referencing the talk. Before we go any further, let's pray in. I give great thanks for this day, for everything in it, knowing and accepting that it is all God, all the time. It is only Spirit showing up in infinite form. And that's what Spirit does. It continues to create and create and create. And we know these forms appear and disappear. They rise up, they fall away. Spirit inhabits form and abandons form all the time. And we know that we are that. All life is that. Everything in the manifest universe is that, is an activity of Spirit knowing of itself in form. And so we come together to remember that, not only for ourselves, but for each other and for the world, for everything and everyone. And so I give thanks for this. I give thanks for this moment in time when we remember who we are. And I give great thanks for it. And so it is. Amen. So let's see, what can I tell you? There are practitioners among us. Yeah, you know who they are. Practitioners, raise your hand. Raise your hand. Look around. See, these are all the practitioners. I know, yes, you can applaud them. We have practitioners at home, too. And after the celebration, you can go to the meet and greet room, and you can have one-on-one practitioner prayer in our little breakout rooms. You can stay here and have practitioner treatment with one of our practitioners here in the room. We can go to one of the classrooms and have private one-on-one practitioner prayer, however you'd like to be served. We also have prayer request forms online. We have prayer request forms in your bulletin. You at home, our vision community that we love dearly at home, you can go on our website and get a prayer request form and email it to us. There is any number of ways that you can be served in prayer. We have a phone number. You can call the practitioners. We have a whole list of phone numbers. So don't think that you need to go it alone. You know, that feeling that we always have to do everything on our own? Not true. God's with us always anyway, right? And within us. But ask for prayer. Ask for prayer. It changes things. We know that prayer changes things. So do that. Let's see, what can I tell you? What can I tell you? I know, I forgot. The guest packet, right? Here it is. I remembered. If you're a guest here, we have a guest packet online. I think we have a version of it online, so you can go look it up. If you are a member of Vision already, you're already in love with us, we're in love with you. Grab one for a friend. Tell them, hey, you know what? Come join this community. You'll love it. They'll love you. You'll grow. And isn't that what we're here to do, right? Grow spiritually. And there's a welcome. Let's say it together to remind ourselves and for our friends. You ready? Whoever you are and wherever you are welcome here. You are safe and you are loved. Makes me feel good. Just saying it makes me feel good. I'm going to turn it over to our delightful celebration singers who are going to sing our centering song and prepare us for our 5-minute meditation. Take it away.
Now is our time for moving into the silence and meditation. My name is Cindy May. I'm one of the practitioners here at Vision. So I invite you to allow these quotations to move you deeply within as we spend 5 minutes in silence after that. Sometimes the smallest step in the right direction ends up being the biggest step of your life. Tiptoe if you must, but take a step. From Naeem Calloway. And also from Ernest Holmes, who founded religious science. There will be no twitching of muscles, no uneasiness or anxiety about any outcome, if we know, whether waking or sleeping, that every step of the way God goes with us. into that awareness of spirit as we allow this prayer to deepen our awareness, knowing that there is only one life, the life of God, which is held deeply within us, that we have a connection to spirit as God is all there is. Therefore, we are some part of this one life, this life of love, of balance, of joy, of peace, this one that contains infinite possibility, knowing that we are right now one with that life. I recognize this truth and know for each one of us here that we allow ourselves to live in this moment, that we know that which has passed, that which is happening now, and that which is going to be unfolding within us, that we are surrounded in this life of God. So I accept that we each have a wonderful experience this day, that our life is filled with these good things, that we enjoy, allow ourselves to enjoy our family, our friends, the activity that is happening. I know that I speak a healing word here now for those who are allowing this healing to move in, through, and as around them, that we simply accept it. We accept that already Spirit is perfect within us, and so it is that seed of perfection that blossoms now out into the world. And so I give thanks for the love, again, the joy, the peace, the possibility. Know that as this word is spoken here today, it is already manifest, already drawing unto itself all that is necessary for its complete and full unfoldment. Simply saying, thank you, Spirit, that this is so. Thank you for my life today and every day. Thank you for the many blessings. We release it into the law of mind, and so it is now, and so I let it be. Amen.
Our guest soloist is a real standout singer-songwriter in the New Thought movement. He writes songs that are meaningful and deep and also a lot of fun. So please welcome T.J. Moss.
Thanks, Mark. That's very, very kind of you to say. Well, as always, it's such a pleasure to be here at the Vision Center. I love this place. I love the family, the environment that I get to come here and when I come here. And so thank you all, as always, for being a part of my spiritual family. And I wanted to go deep within myself, and that was this song reveals a part of that. And it's asking a question, you know. I'm trying to ask more questions than pretend like I have answers these days, you know. Did you hear about the one that got away? Did you find the words you didn't want to say? There's truth behind every lie you've ever told before. So let it go. Did you miss the boat and blame it on the rain? Did you find love and let it slip away? There's blue behind every sky you've ever seen before. The wind will blow Was there a time when you were young, when you didn't know the meaning of give up, when love was blind and life was full of color? Has another taken hold of you? Did you ever spend a lonely holiday with nothing to distract you from the pain? The voice inside will always try to open up the door, so let it grow. Was there a time when you were young, when you didn't know the meaning of give up, when love was blind and life was full of color? There's another waiting for you. Did you think that you were destined to this fate? Do you realize it was always worth the wait? There's love behind every eye you've looked into before, so let it show. Let it grow. Then let it go.
Good morning. We are here in December, and the theme is Journey of Becoming. So it's really about us. It's about the holistic transformation that occurs within us. And last week we started with All of Me. Remember, all of me, you don't sing it. But somebody else sings it really well. I don't know who that is. Oh, I think it's Betty Brink. I think she sings it really well. Anyway, all of me, because it is a holistic journey. When you are on the journey of becoming, when you are becoming more of the Spirit, more of what Spirit knows you to be, you are on this journey of becoming, when you're throwing off all the false limitations that you've been handed by family and by friends and by the economy and by the collective, by your job and your work and the economy. We take on all those kinds of limitations because we heard them. We thought, sure, yeah, why not? That might be true. And then we take them on, and they're false limitations that we begin to own. Well, when you throw those off, you're becoming more of who Spirit intends you to be. Just absolutely open, absolutely free, just the divine creature that you are, right? This divine entity that you are. You're an incarnation of Spirit. There is nothing else true about you. Your very cells are Spirit, your organs, your thoughts. Everything about us is Spirit. So just to live from that is the journey of becoming, that we accept that. And so today's talk is about that journey itself. Today we are discussing every step you take. Every step you take. When we set an intention, every step we take either brings us closer to or farther away from that, fulfilling that intention, right? Or achieving that goal. Whenever we set an intention, every step that we take brings us either closer to or farther from our goal. And Ernest Holmes said this. He said, the approach to Spirit is directly in our own mind. But the mind cannot accept what it rejects. We either believe or we do not. We cannot believe and disbelieve at the same time. We cannot walk two directions at once. We must learn that the mind can, if we desire, be controlled, so that we can gradually come to the habitual state of thinking the way we choose to think. This can only be possible when we recognize that thoughts are things. And so this is what we're doing. This journey of becoming is only in our mind. It's always in our mind. It's no place else but in our mind. So when we're running around trying to fix things around us, that's not the journey. That's might be part of a process, but it's not our journey of becoming, right? Our approach is entirely in mind. And when our mind is right thinking, spiritual, then the things unfold by themselves, right? There are things that we can do to change our thinking and change our life, right? Ernest Holmes said, change our thinking, change our life. So there are things we can do, but those things are of mind. Now remember, your goals and your intentions are two different things, right? We mix them up a lot of times, but our goals and our intentions are different. Intentions are in the present tense all the time. Intentions are in the present tense. They're feeling things. Goals are in the future, right? Someday, I'm working toward whatever. Whenever we have a goal, it is always in the future. Our intentions are in the present tense. It is what we can know about ourselves now that get us to achieve the goal in the future. See how that works? It's very interesting. They are feeling things, intentions are, right? Feelings of possibility, feelings of excitement. Our intentions are squishy things, They're filled with feeling and desire. We love desire, right? There are all sorts of things like that. They are feeling things, and our feelings are always in the present. They're always in the present. Ernest Holmes, in Lessons in Spiritual Mind Healing, he said, the will, you got to listen to this, I love it. I love the way he explains it. The will consciously decides what we are going to think, right? That's our conscious mind. The will decides what we're going to think, but it is never the creative agency. If we think of will as directive rather than creative, and think of the inner feeling of conviction as giving real life to our intention and receptivity, and also think of faith as the invisible, faith in the invisible as necessary to do our work, we shall probably have the right mental attitude and outlook. See how it all works together? It all works together. I mean, he was brilliant. Ernest Holmes, what a mystic, right? So you understand, it's like, this is amazing. The conscious will, it's like, what do I desire, right? What do I desire? And then you think about it, and then the intention comes, but the intention is a feeling thing. What does that make me feel like when I consider that? What does it make me feel like? This is how it works as we outpicture our lives. This is what we're doing. This is the process that we're doing that outpictures our lives. Our will constantly decides what we're going to think. They are our thoughts, and nobody thinks for us. They are our thoughts. They are in our head. May I borrow the thoughts of others, what they're thinking, and maybe take them on as my own? Sure. I think we do that all the time, don't we? We were raised in a family, so we probably have a lot in there about what our grandparents thought or what our parents thought or siblings or whatever. I'm sure we can take on others' thoughts and claim them as our own. That's part of the work, isn't it? That's part of the work. What is it I believe to be true? What is it I believe to be true? What do we want to think about? Because this is what's so important, because that conscious will that points to our desire, right? Then we set the intention, which is in the present tense, which is all the feelingness of it already being so. And thought becomes form. That's what Ernest Holmes said, right? Thought becomes form. But nobody thinks for us. We must do our own thinking. We have to challenge our own thoughts. What do you think about? Right? When you don't think you're thinking, What are you thinking about? Do you ever think about what you're thinking about? Oh my gosh, because our minds are just kind of going around on automatic pilot. You know, sometimes I know my mind just rolls along, right? What about when you're driving or you're ironing? Does anybody iron anymore? I don't know. When you're ironing, or what about when you're washing dishes, right? Your mind is just still going. It's still going, it's still going. And then suddenly, boom, we check in, right? All of a sudden we go, what the hell was that? Oh, I'm sorry. What was that? You know? That's what I would say. But anyway, right? Why am I thinking that thought? What is that all about? Oh my God, I can't believe I'm thinking that. Because your mind, if left to its own devices, will think all sorts of crazy things. You don't have to believe every thought you think. You know that, right? You just don't have to. But sometimes it'll be surprising, right? You're like, oh my God, why was I thinking that? What is that about? Sometimes we don't want to be thinking what we're thinking. Ernest Holmes said this. He said, "It is unscientific to dwell upon lack, for it will create the undesired condition. It is scientific to meditate on plenty, to bring the mind to a point of conceiving an eternal flow, truth, and energy through us and through everything we do, say, or think." So that's the thing, is that we're thinking the wrong stuff, right? We're thinking the wrong stuff. We get to choose what we think. And when we're in the stuff that we don't want to be thinking, it's about correcting our thought all the time, right? Ernest Holmes, remember what he said in that first quote, though, the will is never the real creative agency. But those thoughts are powerful because they're the things that sort of set the intentions. And then the feeling around the intention sets the whole process off, right, for those thoughts to become things. He said that inner feeling gives life to those intentions. So if we're thinking one thing but doing another, if we're thinking one thing and getting another, there's nothing wrong with the process. There's nothing wrong with the law. Remember, Ernest Holmes said the law is infallible and impersonal. It works for everyone. It works the exact same way for everyone. And then we lean on faith, that invisible power within us, to do what it does, and we have to stay out of that part, right? That's the how. That's the part we don't even bother with. But the thing is, if we are thinking the will, right, the creative agency, we're thinking, I'm going to make a garden. I'm going to plant, I don't know, grapes. I'm going to plant grapes. And I prepare the soil, and I fertilize it, and I sun it, and I water it, and I put seeds in it. And I don't know, a couple of weeks go by, and sprouts come up, and I get cherry tomatoes. There was nothing wrong with the process. You see, the process was exactly what it was. The process was perfect. I was planting the wrong seeds. I was not planting what I wanted. I was planting something other than what I wanted. Why? I wasn't thinking, or I was thinking incorrectly, or I bought the wrong package, or maybe the package was labeled wrong, but why did I pick it? All kinds of things could happen, right? But the idea is if you keep planting oranges and you keep getting watermelons, the problem is not with the process. The process is perfect. The thought needs to be changed. Ernest Holmes said, nothing happens outside of mind, nothing. It all occurs in mind. He said this, he said, the words, the thoughts, the statements used in spiritual healing give form to feeling. I love that. While the conscious intention for these statements are made that gives direction to the concept involved. Right? So we use the words because we have to. They are words assigned to those feelings. Anyway, he goes on. In this way, feeling is caught in form. What a wonderful picture that is. Feeling is caught in form, while words, through definite intention, specialize this feeling for concrete purposes. This is what is meant by letting the Spirit bear witness to the words, while the words give direction to the law. That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. It's a whole process, and the process is perfect. The process never changes. The process is eternal. What changes is our thought. What changes is what we put into the soil. What changes is what we put into law. And then we have to surrender, right? We put the right seeds in. When we get it right, we put the right seeds in. Then the power and presence, which is spirit, right, changes the thought into form, converts it, transforms it. We surrender to the power and presence that actually does the work. How does it do the work? I don't know. Do you know? Nobody knows. Ernest Holmes said he didn't know. How does a seed break open and become a plant? Who knows? It's some sort of process. How does an egg become a chicken? I don't know, and I really don't care. The thing is, it happens. It happens, right? All the time, the same way, every time. That's the way it works. So we surrender to this power and presence that actually does the work. And what did he say? Have faith in it. We have to have faith in that invisible process to do what it does perfectly. Every single time. Every single time. Impersonal, infallible. And remember, surrender. When I use the word surrender, people go, ooh. Yeah. Because it's got a little white flag sort of, feeling around it. Surrender is not about giving up. Surrender is really, it's about the absence of resistance, right? When we surrender into our greater good, when we surrender into the power and presence, it is giving up. It is the absence of resistance. We're good with letting God take the reins. Isn't that a lovely thing? Because most of the time, we hold really tight, don't we? We hold really tight on the reins of God, and we just kind of, we bring it in because we have thoughts to the contrary. I'm not good enough. I'm not smart enough. I'm not young enough. I've never done this before, and it's too scary, whatever it is. But we have to trust. That's the whole faith part. We trust. We surrender. The absence of resistance. Right? And when we trust, we let go of the how. I don't know how it's going to happen. I'll be interested to know. I don't have a kitchen right now. I've brought in a whole bunch of experts. And they all look at it and go, oh, hell no. And they really do say hell. Because they tore out all the cabinets, yet they left my granite countertop propped up by sticks, okay? Nobody wants to touch it. Nobody wants to break it. Nobody wants to try to put cabinets in under it, right? So all the experts, in fact, even the guys who installed the granite said, oh, hell no. We're not touching it. We're not going there. It's not happening, right? But it's not my job to figure out how. All I'm doing is leading a whole bunch of experts in to take a look at it to see, okay, who's gonna take this on, But that's the domain of spirit. I'm just open. I'm allowing the process to be what it is. Our job is doing the other stuff, right? Our job is doing the other stuff, doing the thought, setting the intention, having the feelings, relying on faith. That's our stuff. That's our stuff to do. How the physical stuff gets done, not my job, right? Thinking, feeling, intending, trusting, surrendering, that's what manifests our life. That's what we do that manifests our life. That's how we manifest. And all of it happens in consciousness. It all happens in our consciousness. And I was told this years and years and years ago. Until you change your consciousness, it does not matter what you do because nothing you do will work. Once you change your consciousness, it does not matter what you do because anything you do will work. It all begins in consciousness. All of the work that we do is in mind. And that is our job. That's our job to do, right? To do, but that's not like the physical wandering around and making a mess. But it's the inner work, wandering around in our consciousness making a mess. We have to change our thinking. We absolutely have to change our thinking. And it sneaks up on us, doesn't it? You think you're thinking, great, I think I'm really spiritual. La, 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 la. I really do. And then all of a sudden, it sneaks up and I'm thinking, what am I thinking? Oh my God, I'm thinking this is going to be hard, right? Or I'm thinking, oh my God, I'm going to have to live like this forever. I'll never get another kitchen. This is never going to happen. How is this going to happen? I start going down that road and I'm thinking, what am I thinking? Right? Where is the trust? Where is the, frog. Where's the frog? I love that, right? Fully rely on God. Not my problem. Not my problem. I got to frog it. Right? When we change our thinking, we change our life. That's all there is to it. So where do we begin? How do we begin? Well, I think first the desire, right? Isn't that what we're talking about? The desire. Oh, there's something we love and we want to manifest. We want a change in our life or something better or whatever it is. There is that desire there. But again, remember, that's the will. That's that directive agency. We desire it. What is it? Right? And then we desire to manifest it. But how? You know, we get into the how. Not our job. Not our job. But our job is what's under the desire. Right? What do you want? What do you want? What do you want? Why do you want it? What's under the desire? What do you think is going to change in your life if you manifest this desire? Because that's the feelingness of it, isn't it? That's the feeling. What are you going to feel when you manifest this desire? You have the desire for a reason, but what's the reason? Right? What is the reason? What are the feelings under the desire? Sometimes it doesn't have anything to do with the thing you think you want. We used to do this meditation in one of the classes. I don't even remember which one it was. But anyway, we would sit around in a circle and we would close our eyes and be directed to visualize the car of your dreams. If money was no object, money is no object. Here's the car in the middle of the circle. This is the car of your dreams, the car you want. Money's no object. Boom, there you go. And then one by one, we would take things away from the car. I would tell them, you can see the car, right? You can see it in your mind. It's yours. You're driving down the freeway. You're just loving life. Okay, now we're going to take everything off the car that's glass, right? Now we're going to take everything away from the car that's metal. Now we're going to take everything away from the car that's rubber. Now we're going to take everything off the car that's liquid. Now we're going to take everything off the car that's leather or cloth or whatever. One by one, we're taking everything off the car that you're driving, your car of your dreams. What are you left with? What are you left with? You're left with the feeling that driving that car gave you. You're left with the feeling, and what's the feeling? Because that's what's under the desire. It's not the car, it's the way you think it's going to make you feel. That's the intention. And you know, maybe it's freedom. Or maybe it's abundance, or maybe it's power. You know, maybe it's one of those big muscle cars. Boom. You know, whatever. But it's the feeling underneath it. That's really your intention. It's not the car. It has nothing to do with the car. It never did. It's all about the feelingness of it. Turns out our desires are different, right? When we look beneath them. Why do I want what I want? What is that all about? What is that feeling that sets up in me when I think about having that thing, or when I think about owning that thing, or being in that place, whatever? What is the feeling it sets up in me? Because those feelings, like Ernest Holmes said, those feelings give life to our intentions. And then what? Well, and then faith, and then faith, and then we rely on the power greater than we are to give form to our feelings. Ernest Holmes said, never let anything cause you to doubt your ability to demonstrate the truth. Conceive of your word as being the thing. See the desire as already accomplished fact, and rest in perfect confidence, peace, and certainty, never looking for results, never wondering, never becoming anxious, never being hurried or worried. Those who do not understand this attitude may think that they're being inactive. But remember, to him who can practice perfect inaction, all things are possible. So this steps that we have to take, right? That's the name of this talk, right? Every step you take, these steps are in mind. They're in mind. And if you're inspired, I know, move your feet, I know. But we'll talk about that too, right? But this idea that all of the steps are mind steps. It is changing our mind. And then, yes, if there is inspired action to take, like I do have to call up those experts to look at my cabinets. I do have to call them. They're not just going to magically appear in my living room. Or maybe they will. I don't know. Spirit is kind of weird. But the idea that if there is something for us to do, it is inspired action as a result of our desires and our intentions. So every step we take, including who to call and who not to call, is inspired action. It is the interior of our being where the truth may be known and then demonstrated. And Spirit finds the way to demonstrate it. Spirit finds the way. Spirit is the how. There is nothing to do, but there is something to know. There is something to know. And that knowing may lead to inspired action or that perfect inaction that Ernest Holmes talked about. But the greater consciousness is what leads us on. The greater consciousness is taking those steps, and the steps are mental steps. Ernest Holmes said this. He said, we should think of ourselves as being surrounded by perfect life and poised in an eternal calm. We are in a sea of untroubled waters of life, from which we may freely drink. We must do the drinking. No one else can do this for us. We should hold out the cup of our acceptance until it is filled to overflowing with manifestations of our desires. Yeah, feeling, isn't it? You can feel that. This chalice of the heart is held up that the heavenly flow may fill it with God's abundant life. That's the steps we're taking. That's the movement we're making. We're making to hold up the cup, to have it filled by Spirit's goodness always, to overflowing, to demonstrate in and around us. It is always a heavenly yes. Thank you so much.
Woo! Reverend Patti, you have the shiniest eyes I've ever seen in my life. That's how you know this is working. She just shines. The one thing I took from that, well, I took many things from that. The one thing that just really, really just grabbed me, you don't have to believe the thoughts you think. Well, that's a relief. Oh, man, I don't know why it took me so long to figure that out. Oh, just in time, though, right? Just in time. Well, speaking of believing, that's what this next song is called. And it's funny, I wrote it about a girl, and then I realized, oh, wait, this is about so much more than that. This is about the Spirit. This is about love in general, and that which we see as love. So let's do this, band. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. You're my watercolor painting. You're my ruby in the rough. You're the song that I'll be singing when my days are dark and tough. You're my open-ended story, my lighthouse on the shore. And I'm just a little crazy about the way you always leave me wanting more. We're going up, up, up through the ceiling. It's more than a feeling. You got me believing. You're my island on the ocean. When my ship is tossed and turned, your perpetual emotion makes the fire in me burn. You're the solitude I'm seeking. You're the company I'm keeping. And I'm just a little crazy about the way you never look without leaving. Woo! We're going up, up, up through the ceiling. It's more than a feeling. got me believing. We're going up, up, up to the ceiling. It's more than a feeling. You got me believing. Some say nothing lasts forever. Some say life is one and done. Well, I say here we are together, together. And it seems to me that we have just begun. You're my candle when the lights go. You're the screen inside my window. You let the breeze blow through. You're my compass in the desert that's always pointed westward home. Even on the nights I'm on my own, never quite alone. We're going up, up, up to the ceiling. It's more than a feeling. You got me believing. Yeah, we're going up, up, up to the ceiling. More than a feeling, more than a feeling, more than a feeling. You got me believing. Got me believing. You got me believing.
Gosh, that is amazing. Thank you so much, TJ Moss. Hey. I just love it. We have the best music, I swear. Anyway, this is time for conscious circulation. This is our opportunity to give back to those spiritual places that support you, nourish you spiritually. If this is your place, this is your place, right? This is your home. This is your spiritual home. It's mine, it's yours, it's everybody's. You online, our Vision community that is online, you as well. So if you are choosing to give today, we are so grateful. We are so grateful. We keep, doing what we do and out picturing that abundance that keeps us going, that keeps us doing our ministry inside the walls, outside the walls in the community, and it's because of us all together. We do this. So thank yourself. Yay. Thank yourself. Yay. Okay. And if you are choosing to give today, you can put your gift in your hand or bring it into your mind if you do the online banking thing or PayPal or whatever. Put it in your mind so you're conscious about it. This is conscious circulation. You have to know that you know that you know that you are in the river of God's abundance always, and that Spirit is infinite. So let us go within and know that exact truth, that God is infinite in its scope and nature. It is infinite in abundance. It is infinite in joy. You can never run low of joy. You can never run low of love. That Spirit is infinite in all of its qualities, and abundance is that. And we stand with a greater consciousness in the river of God's abundance, open-handed, open-hearted, carrying not a thimble, but a 55-gallon drum. And we allow ourselves to accept gratefully and give graciously and remain in that flow. Just remaining in that flow of constant giving and receiving, knowing that Spirit can never get emptied out. And we are one as that. We are absolutely in the flow, surrounded by and made of Spirit. And so it is. Yes. Amen.
This is my wish for the world, that peace would find its way to every boy and girl. This is the time for harmony. Let love be the song. wish for the world, that peace would find its way to every boy and girl. This is the time for harmony. Let love be the song that everybody sings. Fill the air with joyful noise. Ring the bells and raise your voice. Let there be peace on earth. Let there be peace on earth. Lift your light and let it shine. Let it shine, shine, shine. Let every voice be heard. Let there be peace on earth. Fill the air with joyful noise. Ring the bells and raise your voice. Let there be peace on earth. Let there be peace on earth. Lift your light and let it shine. Let it shine, shine, shine. Let every voice be heard. Let there be peace on earth. Let every voice be heard. Let there be peace on
Like that. I love that song. That is awesome. So now it's time for a Miracle Minute, and I believe I have one. There was one that came to us from Joseph K., and he said, we talk about the phrase, change your thinking, change your life. Boy, this is perfect. Anyway, he said he actually did. He's a corporate trainer at a healthcare IT company, and he teaches people how to use the software applications. And he said from an early age, he experienced anxiety and nervousness when he had to speak or perform in front of people. And he said this past Tuesday, for the first time in his life, he presented and didn't feel anxious or nervous at all. While presenting, he changed his thinking and he changed his life. And how about that? Yay! I love it. Thank you. Thank you so much, Joe. And that's how it's done, right? Change our thinking, change our life. Oh my God, simple and difficult at the same time. Simple and challenging, always. And that's what Ernest Holmes always said. Now I think it is time. Oh, yeah, I just want to remind you, Miracle Minutes, make sure you keep emailing them to me because I want to be able to share them with the group, particularly now that we're online and we're here, we're all kind of spread out. It is so good and so motivating to get those Miracle Minutes, to see the demonstrations that the work we actually do changes lives. So please keep track, email me so I can read yours. Thank you. Now it is time for The Last Word by Johnny Kirko.
It's faster from right there to here, a lot faster. I don't have to run from the back. Getting in shape. So Coffee Connect, first of all, I don't have it on the screen, but we have a meet and greet right after our celebration. Do I have it? Thank you, Amelia. She's keeping me in line, thank God for that. So we do the meet and greet right after our celebration. If you're online, join us for that. We have practitioners available for one-on-one prayers. If you'd like to be a part of that, join us. There's a link on the website as well as on Facebook. So the Coffee Connection, that's on Monday through Friday at 8:30 in the morning. Join us for that. Got a little community that gets together and says hello. If you're a morning person, grab your cup of coffee, say hello. There's links available on the website for that as well. So Tuesday nights are Christmas caroling. That's our annual event that we have right here in Vision, led by Jim Bianchi. He's going to be playing the piano right here. Come and be a part of this. We're going to have cookies and cider, and I don't think it's spiked, right, Larry? Not spiked cider. Could be. Oh, spiced. Spiced cider. Seriously, come along, be a part of that. Listen, we do this thing called the 12 Days of Christmas. I know you guys know about that. I need at least 12 people to do this. If not, I'm going to go pull you from your homes. So I'm telling you, we need at least 12 people in this room. So come and be, I got a couple people already. So come and be a part of that. We have a lot of fun. We sing Christmas carols. It's a great night. Jordan, you going to come with us? Jordan, it's Tuesday night. Jordan, what do you think? Yeah, I'm going to get commitment from him too. So join us. We start at 7 p.m. right on Tuesday evening. So we're still collecting the non-perishable items for the boxes. You'll see them all in the sanctuary in the front area. They are canned goods and non-perishable. Thank you to Betty and to Reverend Sam for doing that. Bring those in. We're going to collect them through the end of this year. Also, we've got poinsettias available here. We went to Costco to buy more, and they're out right now, huh, Lair? So right now, I've only got about 6 that we got up here. But if you want to buy them, they're $20 a piece. What we do is we have them up here. We have them up here for the Christmas holiday, and on Christmas Eve you can take them home with you. So if you want to buy them, $20 a piece. Go see Paul in the bookstore for that. Next week, Reverend Patti Paris will be back. Her talk title is Decisions, Decisions, with Mariah Angeline, and the house band will be with us. So good stuff on that. And how about Mr. T.J. Moss today? Whoop, whoop, whoop. TJ's amazing. You know, we started him with the Yes Team. And then we went to Mojo Jackson, and then No Joe Jackson, and No Mojo Jackson. Now we got TJ all by himself. This is the way it works right here, baby. I love that man. He's good stuff. Good job, TJ. So also, holiday season's upon us still as we do the Christmas caroling this week. Also, Joe Rathburn will have a Christmas caroling and stuff like that on the 23rd. And then Christmas Eve, the 24th, right here in this room. It's going to be led by Reverend Patti Paris, of course, and our inspiration. Also, we have music of Janet Hammer, Nathan Fry, Andy Anderson, the house band, celebration singers. Come and be a part of that Christmas Eve right here at 7 p.m. We have a fun time, and Christmas is celebrated here. Thanks a lot, guys. See you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Yeah, you're right. It's a short trip, isn't it? I love it. We're going to stand up because we have our affirmations, and we're going to say them with strength and power. We're going to be grounded in the truth of them. Just let the energy flow right through us, knowing it is the truth of us. Do I have the right ones? I do. Yay. Okay, let's say them together. I align with spirit and take life to the next level. Oh, yeah. The things I do every day create my wonderful life. I move forward with confidence and ease. Woohoo! Oh, one. I'm seeing one. I'm seeing a lot of ones around the room. Okay, let's say it. I align with spirit and take life to the next level. Oh, yeah, you can feel the truth in that. Just going within right here one last time to know that spirit is all there is. And what we are is spirit. And we use this process, we use this principle to outpicture our lives. We allow spirit to lead the way, opening every door that needs opening, opening windows, shining lights so that we take that next step on this spiritual pathway with ease, with effortlessness, with love, and with joy, giving great thanks for all there is. I simply let it be. And so it is. Amen.
Deck the halls with boughs of holly, la 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 la.